Today, we're doing something a little different. We're looking at a script for a kid's video about paper airplanes. But this isn't just about folding paper. We're going to deconstruct it piece by piece to figure out what makes it a masterclass in what we call edutainment. It's this amazing formula that's incredible at both teaching and, being super fun. Right out of the gate, from the very first second, listen to this opening. Whoosh, crash, epic soar. That is pure energy. It's not a gentle hello, it's a high-octane hook. It's packed with action, and then it hits you with a direct challenge. Ready to launch into legend? That immediately taps into that kid-like desire for excitement, for competition. And really, that's the core question here, isn't it? The real genius isn't just showing a kid how to fold a paper plane. It's about turning this simple craft project, which is rooted in some pretty serious physics, into a competitive, shareable, viral event. So how on earth do they pull that off? Well, we're going to break that formula down piece by piece. First, we'll look at how it sets the stakes and makes it a real challenge. Then we'll dive into how the instructions are made so simple and accessible. After that, we'll see how they make the science exciting. And finally, we'll uncover the strategy for building a whole community around it. Okay, so the first major pillar of this formula is gamification. The script doesn't just say, hey, let's make a cool paper airplane. No, it frames the entire activity as this high-stakes world record challenge. That gives it an immediate sense of purpose and a whole lot of excitement. The whole challenge, the entire thing, hinges on this one simple number, 69 feet. Now, this is a real Guinness World Record, which gives it some serious street cred. But more importantly, it gives kids a clear, tangible target to aim for. The goal is no longer just throw it really far. It's, can you beat 69 feet? That changes everything. And this line, this is just brilliant. It's where you see the script's subtle teaching genius. It totally reframes the goal. It tells kids, hey, don't worry about making the perfect plane on your first try. Perfection is not the point. What really matters is experimenting, practicing, and sticking with it. Your best throw is what counts, not your first fold. So the kids are hooked. They have a goal. But a great challenge is totally useless if nobody knows how to actually compete, right? So how does the script teach them to build these planes without them getting bored and clicking away? Well, that's where accessible instruction comes in. Just look at the language they use here, hot dog style. They're not using technical jargon. They're using simple, fun analogies that paint a clear picture in your head. By breaking what's actually a pretty complex process into 5 super clear steps, the script makes sure every kid feels like they can succeed, right from that very first fold. And get this, they don't just stop at one plane. They offer variety. You've got the speed dart, the long glide king, the hang hammer. Each one has a cool name, a unique feature, and a different way to throw it. This isn't just about giving options. It's a clever strategy to encourage you to play again and again. If one plane doesn't work out, hey, maybe another one will. It keeps the experimentation going. All right, so we have a challenge and we have the instructions. But this is edutainment, remember? The edu part is where the real learning sneaks in. Let's take a look at how the script takes some pretty complex physics and makes it not just simple, but actually really, really cool. So here's the textbook definition of lift. I mean, it's accurate, right? Yes. But is it exciting for a 10-year-old? Not a chance. It's just a dry statement of fact. Okay, now watch how the script completely transforms this. See that? See the difference? The key is one powerful little analogy, like real jets. In that single moment, a simple paper airplane isn't just a toy anymore. It's suddenly connected to this real-world machine of incredible power. That one phrase makes the science of lift feel awesome and relatable. And then, this is the masterstroke. This phrase right here transforms the kid's role. They're no longer just folding a piece of paper. They are engineering flight. That empowers them, it validates all their effort, and it elevates the whole thing from a simple craft to a real scientific adventure. Okay, so the kids are engaged, they're learning some science, and they're feeling like actual engineers. But the final piece of the formula is what makes it go viral. It's all about turning this solo activity into a shared social experience. The script creates this perfect social media loop, and the instructions are crystal clear. Film it, tag us, post your distance. This isn't just a suggestion. It's framed as the final official step of the challenge. And by crowning weekly winners, well, that creates a powerful reason to participate, and more importantly, to come back week after week to see who won. That's how you build a community. All right, let's pull all these pieces together. We've seen how the script uses a clear goal, super simple instructions, exciting science, and a social hook. So what does this whole edutainment formula actually look like when we map it out? This really breaks it down for us. You can see gamification is the biggest chunk. It's the engine driving the whole thing. Then you have accessible instructions to make sure nobody gets frustrated. And finally, the simplified science and community building add that depth that makes you want to stick around. So here's the most important takeaway. The ultimate goal of this formula isn't just to teach a kid how a wing works. It's to completely transform what could be a passive learning moment, just watching a video, into something active, something competitive, and something deeply social. It's all about learning by doing and then sharing what you did with everyone else. Now, this model is clearly incredibly effective at getting and keeping people engaged. But it does leave us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on. As we see more and more of this kind of thing, we have to ask ourselves, is the future of learning a competition? Is the most effective education always going to be tied to a leaderboard and a viral social loop? It's definitely something to think about.